You don't have a right to kill me. News recap for Monday, August 3, 2020. No one has the right to kill anyone else with their second-hand germs. Click the link to read the related article and watch the video coverage. Cigarette smoking has been banned in various states and countless municipalities across the nation for the simple reason that smokers have no right to kill me or my family with their secondhand smoke. The same philosophy must also apply to wearing a mask to protect others from COVID-19. No one has the right to kill anyone else with their second-hand germs. Dean Obeidallah. Mask wearing, as Trump administration's infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci has repeated numerous times, is to protect others. This has been echoed by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which has dubbed wearing a face covering an urgent priority since asymptomatic people can transmit COVID-19. This is pretty simple stuff. By wearing a mask you literally could save the life of someone's mother, father, sister, brother or grandparent. Think about that for a moment. How many times in your life can you do something that actually could save a life? Well, here's one of those rare instances. Yet there are still some Americans who in a display of utter selfishness refuse to wear a mask despite knowing the health risks that poses. One glaring example comes courtesy of Texas Republican Representative Louis Gohmert, who in the past publicly declared his refusal to wear a face covering. Well, on Wednesday, the anti-mask crusading Gohmert tested positive for COVID-19. The day before his test, an unmasked Gohmert was in close proximity to Attorney General Bill Barr, among others. And after news of Gohmert's test broke, Politico reported that staff members for various Republican members of Congress revealed had been ridiculed in the past for wearing masks in the Capitol. Fears from this GOP culture of selfishness were aggravated on Saturday when Arizona Democrat Representative Raul Grijalva, who attended a hearing with Gohmert earlier this week, announced he had tested positive for COVID-19. While Grijalva noted in a statement he could not blame anyone directly for contracting the virus, he took aim at the GOP members of Congress for exposing people to the COVID-19 risk, stating, "Numerous Republican members routinely strut around the Capitol without a mask to selfishly make a political statement at the expense of their colleagues, staff, and their families. The refusal of some in the GOP to wear a mask and ridicule those who did comes right from the leader of the GOP, President Donald Trump. From the outset of this virus, Trump refused to wear a mask and worse. At a May 26 press conference, he despicably mocked a reporter for wearing a mask, claiming the journalist was only doing so to be politically correct. He also failed to encourage supporters at his controversial Tulsa rally to cover their faces. One of those maskless supporters, former Republican presidential candidate Herman Cain, contracted the virus less than 2 weeks after the rally. It's not known exactly where he got infected, but his death was announced last Thursday. Trump only changed his tune and seemingly embraced wearing face coverings in a July 20 tweet and at a July 21 press conference, after more than 140,000 Americans had died from the virus and having been publicly called out for weeks by the likes of New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who told Trump to put a mask on it. It comes as no surprise that others, some self-avowed Trump supporters, continued to refuse to wear a mask. Just last week Trump supporter David J. Harris Jr., wearing a "Keep America Great" hat, held up an American Airlines flight because he refused to cover his face. Harris, who live-streamed the episode on Instagram, claimed his refusal to wear a mask was due to a medical condition, which he refused to share with the flight crew. In June, another proud Trump supporter was reportedly ejected from an American Airlines flight for refusing to wear a mask. And on Saturday, we learned that a July 23 Delta flight had to return to the gate when 2 passengers refused to wear a mask. It doesn't end there. While about 50% of Americans surveyed say they now wear masks when they leave home, we're also seeing anti-mask protests like the one in Wisconsin on Saturday, where protesters slammed Democratic Governor Tony Evers' recent mandate that people wear masks while in public spaces as stepping on their constitutional rights. One of the protest organizers also didn't believe the virus was a health emergency. Last week, in Indiana marked the second week of anti-mask protests by people claiming that Republican Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb's recent order requiring people older than 8 to wear a mask in public indoor spaces and in public outdoor spaces where social distancing is not possible was unconstitutional. Sorry, you don't have a constitutional right to infect and potentially kill other Americans. The selfishness of those who don't wear masks, from Republican members of Congress to others, is appalling. To them I say, stop whining, put on a mask and save a life. Period. Click the link to read the related article and watch the video coverage.